So we're living in a very diverse province. We've got leaders from all walks of life. What would you say makes this province unique in terms of its leadership? We've got leaders from all walks of life, and yet we seem to be, the Western Cape seems to be the one province that's looked upon by the rest of the country as being a province that delivers. What would you attribute that perception to? Does it come down to leadership on some level?
I think that while the province is one of the more difficult ones to manage, it's sometimes also the more easy ones to manage. Because in a perverse way, it's easier because apartheid has decreed it to be somewhat easier when the old Cape province split up into the Eastern Cape and the Northern Cape, and that's why it's wonderful having all the people together in one gathering for a few days discussing things jointly, because to a large extent when they split up the old province, the Western Cape got the entire infrastructure. All the academic hospitals were here, the administration was here, the bureaucracy was here, all the officers were here, etc. The other provinces were left with the Bantustans and satellites that fed off the central Western Cape. And so to a large extent, an ANC administration and ANC government, you have not gone out to do comparative politics of delivery. We've not gone to say we are better than this and we are better than that, because we understood that that notion of being better was a perverse inheritance of apartheid. And I think that part of the thing that drove MEC Jantjie to try and convene this is to make good what we've understood to be a perverse advantaging of the Western Cape. It's for that reason that we speak with a lot more caution about migration patterns, because we've not seen it as a source of problems. We've seen it as a natural way in which people respond to where they can get a better life, based on the perception that there's a stable situation with greater infrastructure to deliver. So I would be cautious about claiming that to be the product of exceptional leadership as we move forward. I also think, though, that the Western Cape also has certain other inheritances. I was at the PEC Lekgotla of the ANC when ANC President Jacob Zuma spoke. He joked about the Western Cape, and he said that the Western Cape is great on theory. That comrades here are always theorizing. Everything is first discussed from 10 different angles. And while it may be a weakness, in some cases, I think it's a strength. In other cases, I think there's a heavy contestation of ideas. I think it's part of the baggage or the inheritance of the unity movement traditions in the Western Cape that many of us are the products of that. We're able to discuss things and then to move with relative thoroughness.